And we are live. Hello, everyone. Welcome to, our NGS cast. I'm Zloth, and my co-caster is.
Nullius. Hey everyone. We were just talking. This is our first cast, so we hope it's smooth, but please bear with us if we have any technical difficulties.
And please let us know in chat if volume needs to be adjusted. But tonight we're doing it's NGS Season 11. We're going Div D West, and we're going to be casting the flex match between Waiting on Cherry and Private Potato.
That's right. I'm looking forward to this match. The teams have already submitted their map bans, and the very first map is going to be a Battlefield of Eternity.
So on these map bans, Braxis and Tomb are actually very common bans coming out of Waiting on Cherry. I think they've banned the combination of these maps for every single match they've had so far. And I'm fairly certain that Private Potato doesn't really a fan of Braxis in particular either. Can you back me up on that?
Having no information in front of me, I agree completely.
Alrighty then. So what do we know about these two teams right now as the lobby is getting set up?
So in terms of standings, Private Potato has not yet won a match this season. And Waiting on Cherry actually is currently seeded third. They have 6 games won with 2 dominations, and they have 8 points. So it'll be interesting. I will be rooting therefore for Private Potato. Let's get them a win.
Looking
And
go ahead.
no, I'm excited to get it started.
All right. Nullius is looking out for the underdogs. All right.
Gotta root for the underdogs.
All right. So
Anything you can take from the map bans? Waiting on Cherry banned Braxis and Tomb. Private Potato banned Towers of Doom and Cursed Hollow. Seems like it's a healthy mix of maps that they banned out.
And I just threw the R out in chat for us, so we should be starting shortly. All right, Battlefield of Eternity, the first map. Let me take a look at my cheat sheet and see. So Waiting on Cherry has played on this map once before this season, and it looks like they did take a W from that round.
Yeah, they picked Raynor, Li Ming, Stukov, Varian, and Leoric. So interesting. They had probably Raynor on race, Li Ming on race, and just being able to race from a distance. I'm guessing it was a taunt Varian, and then interesting Leoric offlane. Not really able to capitalize on his double soaking, but in the middle, I guess you can help with the team fighting.
Do you expect them to be consistent with what they've historically played? You know, we're starting to get a little bit more into the season. Maybe teams are pulling out some of their tricks.
I think so. I mean, this is still relatively early. I'm looking at Private Potato's picks. They've actually played BOE twice. They played both games with an ETC tank, and they had both games. They had Raynor and Li Ming as well. So there may be some. They may contest over hero choices. Actually, it'll be interesting to see how the draft order is going. Private Potato does have first pick.
Yep. And we've just gotten our first two bans. Private Potato has banned Stukov, and Waiting on Cherry has banned Brightwing. So Stukov has been historically a pretty consistent pick for Waiting on Cherry's healer. That would be DTH Punisher.
Death Punisher. Yeah.
Oh, that's what that is.
Or Death Punish 3er.
I like Death Punisher better.
And then there's a Hogger ban. So interesting bans. Oh, and Li Ming. They take Li Ming off the table.
So based on these bans, can definitely tell that the teams have scouted each other.
Yeah, I'm thinking either a Rainer first pick. Oh, Varian.
Varian first pick. That actually makes sense. Waiting on Cherry plays Varian quite a bit. Private Potato, I guess, was expecting that would be a contested pick and decided to pick up the Varian early.
It's a good call. Yeah, D Cherrywood. I wonder if his team was named for waiting on him. But yeah, he does play. He plays Varian a lot.
It could definitely be.
So he went with Hanzo. Interesting.
I don't.
I have not seen them play Hanzo before.
I'm not sure they've played Uther this season either.
They're calling all sorts of audibles.
This is getting real spicy right off the bat.
This is where if you're Private Potato, you take the scouting report and you crumple it up.
I wouldn't go that far, Definitely potential for something new coming out of Waiting on Cherry. But
yeah, it's interesting. I like it. So they have a potential light bomb with Varian charging in. That could be nice.
Chromie pickup. They picked up Chromie and Anduin?
Yeah.
Dude, it looks like Private Potato is just. It looks like they're drafting like Waiting on Cherry to me so far.
They've never picked Chromie so far. So
Yeah.
lots of audibles. Who do you think would work here for Waiting on Cherry?
Ooh, probably a tank that has some either follow-up or initial stuns. Maybe not a noob. They banned out, Private Potato banned out the Diablo, which I think is a good ban because you don't want Uther playing off the Dibbles.
Right. Ooh, Sonya.
Trying to think of tanks. I guess Johanna could maybe work, although you're waiting for 10s to really parry off the Uther.
What do you think about May? I think that might be
Yeah,
for D Cherrywood.
May could be big money for zoning out the Varian and trying to punish Private Potato whenever they try to commit.
Yeah. Then they have Artanis and Rainer for race. So nice draft on Private Potato's part. They have a lot of race. They're going to force, I think, Waiting on Cherry to come and defend. And it'll be a matter of whether or not they can take him while racing on the Immortal.
Yep.
Oh, no.
Oh, snap.
Wait, what's happening?
I don't think either of us was expecting this.
So no tank. I saw Cavalier Guest played Sonya tank yesterday. Maybe I'm just a little behind, and Sonya tank is gaining popularity, and I just wasn't aware of it.
I mean, Uther could be the tank and the healer, and they're just.
This reminds me of my Storm League games, but it's not intentional during my Storm League games, of course.
All right, Nullius. This was definitely intentional, though. They have some type of plan and strategy behind this. They're rocking.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. This is definitely intentional. I like their engages. They have Maiev coming out. They have Uther for follow up, and then they have a lot of damage from Morphea, Hanzo, and Sonya. So I think this is going to be exciting. I'm looking forward to it.
Yep. So, on the side of Waiting on Cherry, we're going to have Dax playing Orphea, Discord playing Sonya, Mr. Potato Head playing Hanzo, Death Punisher playing Uther, and D. Cherrywood playing Maiev.
And on Private Potato's side, the red side, we have Artful Dodger on Artanis, Dr. Huxtable on Chromie, Varun on Anduin, Nice Beaver on Varian, and Sneak on Rainer.
Alright, so looks like a bit of a standard laning actually, a bit of a non-standard laning going on. Private Potato's playing pretty aggressively early right now.
Yeah, they are. They have Artanis up. Artanis is moving up now, but they have Chromie immediately putting Time Trap to get vision, and Orphea immediately chomping the vision, the Time Trap in vision.
So early skirmish happening. Maiev gets the chain on 4 people, leading into an early pick on the Rainer.
Yeah, first blood on Rainer.
So it's too early for Waiting on Cherry to actually take that bot camp. It's not actually up yet. Normally, whenever you get a pick in the bot lane like this, you try to take that bot camp. Alternatively, they've sent the Orphea top, maybe to take the top camp?
Yes, and she's being very sneaky about it.
Very, very sneaky. Very quiet.
Even though Sneak is currently on Rainer. So Uther is actually starting bottom camp. That's extremely aggressive. We'll see if I think Private Potato is going to sniff this out. Yep.
It's
Nice beaver just goes in.
definitely risky, but I'm not sure Private Potato knows that Orphea is not there yet. Or is in the top lane, rather.
Yeah, you know, honestly, at this point, I think it's a sunk cost because I don't think Artanis could stop the two of them anyways, so...
So let's take a look at some of the talents. Orphea's got Ancestral Strength, Sonya Tough as Nails, Hanzo Simple Geometry, Uther Wave of Light, and Maiev Pursuit of Vengeance.
And Artanis and Rainer both went Immortal Race talents with Amateur Opponent for Artanis and Exterminator for Rainer. And Varian went High King's Quest, which is interesting. I generally for Taunt I would expect the other 2 talents, but I'm sure he has a plan. And then for Anduin, he went Renew. And then we're approaching the 2-minute 30 mark on this map, which is a great time to take the big camp. And that's exactly what Waiting on Cherry is doing.
Yeah, Private Potato definitely, I think, has the better race among the 2 comps, but Waiting on Cherry is doing a great job preparing their macro and trying to use that to create space and create time to get fights. I think that's what Waiting on Cherry wants to do. They want to fight Private Potato.
I think that's right. The and as we predicted, or actually not as we predicted, Waiting on Cherry is racing immediately.
Artanis trying to get out. It's like Waiting on Cherry's focused on burning down the Immortal. Potentially could have gotten a pick on that Artanis, though.
Waiting on Cherry actually is able to reach halftime first, which is impressive. Now I wonder if... Oh, it looks like... Wow. So it looks like they forced Private Potato to respond and play defense. Artanis is still racing, but Private Potato now does have the benefit of having their Immortal assist.
Rainer trying to get out. Will they be able to get Sneak? Brawl going out. Maiev dodging one of the Chromie Ws. However, getting extremely low. Artanis did a lot of work burning down half that Immortal.
So nice recovery from Private Potato, getting half the shield off from the Immortal. And interesting call by Waiting on Cherry. They're going to split, and they're actually going to not send their 4-man with the Immortal, but they're going to send 4-man top, where Artanis is trying to soak.
Yeah, they're likely trying to pick up primarily the well, the structure if they can. They don't seem to have a lot of pushing power, but they're going to get what they can get.
Yeah. So it actually worked out pretty well. They took down bottom wall and tower, and they took down all of top and the well top, which is going to make Artanis' matchup against Sonya that much more painful.
Interesting. That's definitely can tell that Waiting on Cherry has practiced on this map as they go in and get a pick on the Anduin, looking for the Artanis. Time stop by Chromie. I'm not sure that's going to be enough to let the Artanis get out, though.
Yeah. The Private Potato was forced to fight without talents for the first engage there, which is just unfortunate.
They have now, are on the same talent tier, though. Taking a look back at the talents while waiting on Cherry is... Looks like they're trying to posture for a push, just trying to get some damage on the structure. See any interesting talents? Oh, fight's breaking out. Maiev on the pool on Varian. Orphea going in.
Nice.
Not able to... Orphea not able to secure the kill, and Private Potato picking up the kill on Orphea.
And I like that kill was very important for Private Potato because they are down levels, and so getting kills on a team that's ahead of levels is a great way to catch up. And I like that they're doing that. They're now within, well, they're within 1 level, and they won't be forced to fight the next Immortal trying to catch up experience.
Looks like Sonya has picked up the camp in the bot lane. Private Potato did manage to defend that structure, although it's a stone's throw, I don't know, a sneeze from being taken down.
Yeah.
Well, right now, we are seeing Private Potato using their race to their advantage. They burnt down
That was incredible.
that extremely quickly.
I think waiting on Cherry was waiting for 10s, but the speed with which Private Potato took down that Immortal, I think, was probably surprising to them. Certainly surprising to me.
Ults are coming out, Orphea ults. Time stop. Anduin goes down. Raynor goes down. Waiting on Cherry. He's going to get another pick.
Now you see why waiting on Cherry was waiting for their 10s. They came out and used 2 or 3 ults and got 4 kills to none, which is huge. And they're kind of able to auto attack now the Immortal, and will likely win this one as well.
Yep, Tens definitely secured them the Immortal right there. They made a very good decision to wait on Tens and then use those to their advantage.
Yeah, patience pays off.
So going over the ults that we just witnessed, although there's going to be a pick on the Raynor. They just got a 4-man kill squad going.
Yeah, Private Potato's in a position now where they're forced to defend 4 bottom against the Immortal. But in addition, Sonya is able to soak and increase that experience difference.
Fortunately, Private Potato does have pretty good race, so they should be able to defend this and not lose the keep, although Artanis is getting pulled in by the Maiev, and Maiev...
yeah, that's a rough engage if you're not familiar with the Maiev angles.
Maiev has been doing a good job this game of pulling people back and setting up kills. As she gets another 2 pull on the Chromie and the Varian, although Varian will walk out, Chromie will go down.
You know, in that regard, she really is playing the role of a tank. I mean, at least with the engages, she's obviously not absorbing the damage, but her team is outputting so much damage, she doesn't have to absorb as much damage.
Looks like Wagon on Cherry being very aggressive, picking up the Bruiser camp on the side of Private Potato. Sonya leaping in on that Raynor, who is going to go down. Great Uther hammer into a Sonya leap.
Yeah, it was a nice combo there. Now I think they're going to be able to do some keep damage. They do have level 13s.
Looks like a fight's breaking out. Stun onto the Varian. He's going to be pulled back. He does have protected. Will he be able to walk out? He's going to get stunned by the Hanzo. Varian barely making it out.
Varian.
And in response,
Oh, wow.
Private Potato picking up a kill on the Maiev and the Sonya. That's huge for them.
That was huge. Artanis went Purifier Beam. Chromie did go Slowing Sands, which is going to help gum up everything. And Anduin went Light Bomb. And Varian went Shield Wall, which helped him survive right there from the Orphea's Eternal Feast. And Raynor has Raynor's Raider, so he will be able to do even more damage now to Immortals.
Yep, and we didn't go over the Waiting on Cherry's ults before, but Eternal Feast out of Orphea, Leap out of Sonya, Dragon's Arrow, which helps set up a couple that stunned that last fight. Divine Shield out of Uther, and Warden's Cage out of the Maiev.
So now we're gonna have the extreme race potential from Private Potato.
So Private Potato is... Go ahead.
I was just gonna say they're nicely situated with that slowing sands, which is gonna kind of force Waiting on Cherry to go through that to engage. The only problem is they still are on different talent tiers, which is unfortunate timing.
Dragon Arrow to open the fight. Sonya leap in onto the Anduin. Anduin is going to go down from the Orphea ult. Orphea picking up 2 more kills on the Artanis and the Raynor. Artanis, they looks like Private Potato did manage to pick up a kill on the Uther, but Varian is going to pay with his life.
I think that's the second time they did that combo. They did it right when they got 10s, and they did it again right now. So they're initiating with Dragon's Arrow, then they're coming in with Maiev and the Sonya Leap to stun people in the Internal Feast. And then I think the Uther is just keeping anyone safe with his Divine Shield that is getting threatened. It's been extremely effective. In a position you don't normally anticipate. You normally think you're safe under your own Immortal, but they've been able to initiate from a distance and get that combo. It's been very well executed on their part.
Maiev initiating a fight with only 4 members around. Artanis is going to be taking quite a bit of damage, although the Orphea Feast is now down. Maiev is definitely looking for something here. They want to be real aggressive. I think they're trying to end the game now. Hanzo's going to finish his quest. Artanis trying to jump out. Hanzo with the Dragon Arrow. Sonya leaping in on the Artanis, going to pick up a kill on the Artanis. And they still have half an Immortal. Maiev trying to walk away. Anduin getting bumped back in by the Warden's Cage. Stun on the Anduin. Will they be able to take him out? Yes, they will.
Clipped by Hanzo's scatter arrows.
Now
this core is just melting now. They've got a Immortal, and they've got a 4 DPS up.
And
GG.
that will be game number 1. Good game.
So Zla, tanks are overrated. Is that the new meta now? People are just gonna
no
not
tanks.
Even bother with bruisers. They'll have one bruiser for offlane, and then they'll just go 4 DPS basically. That was a scary comp. Sonya does so much damage too. I think she can rightly be considered a DPS.
That was a pretty scary comp. A lot of credit goes to Waiting on Cherry for actually being able to, execute their combos consistently.
Yeah, no, it's not an easy combo in terms of spacing and timing, and they did a great job on that.
So that was a tough game for Private Potato. They got stuck in a position where they're up against a comp that no one has seen before from this team this season. Definitely like a non-traditional comp. Those are almost always the hardest to deal with.
I think that's right. I think in my experience, especially with the Maiev comp, where you haven't seen a Maiev comp before like that, it's just awfully scary, because if your backline isn't familiar with where they can stand and damage or heal safely, and then the Maiev dives in and pulls people, it can be totally unexpected. And I think that happened a couple times, where Maiev was able to just come in from an angle and snag a couple or even 3 or 4 of them, and then pull them out of their comfort zone and into the kill range that is Orphea, Sonya, Hanzo, and Maiev for that matter.
Yeah, personally, Maiev is one of the least favorite heroes to play against for me. Is for exactly the reason you described.
Yeah, same.
Especially when I'm playing something like Chen, where I just get repositioned, like I'll queue in and dive in and then just get repositioned out of nowhere. That's Well, I guess I gotta wait another 5 seconds before I can get where I want.
Yeah, it was interesting. Waiting on Cherry, I think, recognized right at the beginning that they did not have the race. And so they waited for 10's first time, and then after that, they kind of just exploded on Private Potato with their ultimates, and they were able to do that successfully.
Yeah, they played to their comp's strength. Um, and I think their macro in the early game helped enable them to be able to team fight so much because they knew they didn't have the race and not necessarily the push that was coming out of Private Potato.
Yeah, I think that's right. And they were, yeah, that was well executed on their part. They had nice macro early, very well coordinated. Took basically all the camps on the map the first round, and were able to build on that EXP lead. What are you looking? If you're a Private Potato, what are you looking for this game?
Hmm, that's tough. So they've
So I
just waiting on
I will
Cherry.
tell you, if I'm Private Potato, I'm banning Maiev. I do not want to deal with that again.
Agreed. Yeah, I'm not a fan of the Maiev. I ban Maiev. I know someone is a good Maiev.
Yeah.
Just don't like there is counterplay to it, but I don't want to deal with it.
Yeah.
All right.
His last well, you're gonna have lashings with a wet noodle. I realized we didn't look at the stats for the last game before we left.
Oh, I still have the stats page pulled open. Um,
Oh, you do? Okay.
mhm. Is there something specific you're looking for?
No, I was just wondering, did anything stand out? Oh, and game is up as well.
Yes, I will join that shortly. So what stands out to me is Orphea coming in with 9 kills and 44,000 damage. And that's almost more than 10,000 hero damage than the next highest.
Yeah, that Eternal Feast is doing work.
All right. So the next map has been picked, and it is Garden of Terror, picked by Waiting on Cherry. Correction. Was picked by Private Potato.
Oh, interesting. So Private Potato opting for map pick and not first pick. What are you looking for on this map if you're drafting?
Hmm. So what I'm looking for on Garden of Terror is I know there are a lot of camps, so I need to pick up somebody who can clear and capture camps in our team, as well as probably a mage that can clear incoming camps well. Or a bruiser that could just any more than one hero that can clear camps and take them for us, as well as clear opposing camps coming in.
Yeah, I think camps are outstripped in importance in this map just because there are so many. So it'll be interesting what the teams opt for.
And as well, based on the map geography, I'm also looking for probably something AoE just to control the choke points a little better, or even maybe like a Diablo to take advantage of the wall slams.
Good point. And I think I think both teams do play Diablo, so it'll be interesting to see what they do.
Yeah, I think this is the first time either of these teams this season is playing on Garden of Terror. Um, Considering that Private Potato chose this map specifically, I'm thinking that they have something in mind. I think generally out of teams, you see teams wanting to take first pick, but I suspect Private Potato has a very specific strategy for this map since they're picking up Garden of Terror.
Yeah, that'll be interesting.
We're now transitioning into the draft. All right, so we haven't seen either of these teams on this map. Just, if you had to base it on, the history of these teams as well as your own instincts, what's getting banned and what's getting picked right now?
I think with these choke points, Chromie will be contested. I think Waiting on Cherry likes Chromie, and I think she's very good here. From Private Potato, they have a very eclectic draft history. I wonder. I think you're right. They probably have something planned. Again, healers in the first rounds being banned out. Brightwing and then Stukov.
Hey, quickly, thanks Ice XO2 for the raid. Appreciate it. Got you familiar with raids, Null?
Maybe.
We essentially it's somebody from another channel.
No, I got it. I
Okay.
got it.
All right. I just checking. We're both new to this. Calm down.
I've lurked on Twitch before. I've seen people raid.
All right.
Tell me. Tychus comes out. That makes me feel like they want some beef this time. Maybe a Diablo or someone to soak up, and like you said, there's lots of walls to slam on.
Dibbles,
wallbang on.
Deathwing. Could we see a Cho'Gall? I mean, the playbook's out the window. Anything can happen.
That's true. Sonya main tank? Oh, and Falstad. We've neglected to talk about Falstad, who is extremely strong right now. Doesn't have Bribe anymore, but is still very good at taking camps and provides good macro.
Yeah, just mobility on this map in general. This is like Garden of Terror is a deceptively big map.
Yeah, that's true.
Based upon the minimap icon, I think it's small, but it's actually pretty big.
I wanna thank Private Potato for returning to normalcy and letting the research actually be relevant. ETC they have played several times before, and Li Ming they've played in almost every series. Actually, they played Li Ming in every series. So they're going to their comfort picks, which I think is a good move.
Yep. Well, chips are down. You gotta just return to comfort picks and
there's a Dibbles.
Play to your strengths. So you're spot on with that Tychus ban. Dibbles and Uther coming out. We're seeing some heavy stun chains again.
That's a lot of stuns.
Private Potato, please ban the Maiev. Or maybe they don't pick Maiev. Who knows? There it is! There it is! Nice!
Good call. I think very brave of them to ban it third, too. That would have been my first ban if I were them, just to send a message.
Hey, Private Potato is playing this very patiently. They waited till the third round to ban Maiev. What were you saying?
So what are you thinking if you're a Private Potato now?
Try to pick up some more comfort picks, something to play off the ETC Ming. Probably want like maybe a Rainer, and that also works.
Yeah. So we're gonna have stun chains on both sides. That'll be interesting. Double mage too. That's a lot of damage, and if they can get Li Ming popping off, they can do some serious work.
Yep, that's gonna be a lot of bursts coming out of Private Potato, but it could also be a little bit risky with the Uther in there, giving the armor. That'll definitely help mitigate some of the incoming damage.
Yeah, I do think. I mean, I guess Jaina has some good camp clear, but I wonder if they need an offlaner that can assist with camps as well.
All right, we got to talk about the Samuro though. Oh my
god!
The Murky! Oh my gosh, this is nuts.
This is nuts.
This is absolute insanity.
Artful Dodger will be living up to his name on Murky. Uh, I think they said, we see your Samuro and raise you Murky.
Just burn the playbook. Flush it down the toilet. This is new territory we're going into, and I am pumped.
Yeah, Murky actually does great on this. Is like you said, it's a big map. He can be a real nuisance and get a lot of structure damage while your team is winding through a maze that takes much longer to get to him than you might have thought if you were able just to go directly there.
I am super excited to see these teams go at it right now.
Yeah, this is very fun. So who's on the left side, Zoth?
So on the left side, you're going to have Discord on Samuro. You're going to have Dax on Sonya. You're going to have Mr. Potato Head on Falstad, Death Punisher on Uther, and D. Cherrywood on Diablo.
And on the right side, you have Varun on Tyrande, Dr. Huxtable on Li Ming, Nice Beaver on ETC, Sneak on Jaina, and Artful Dodger on the Murky.
Let's go.
Let's go, indeed.
All right, what early game strats we seeing out of this Murky? Is he going to proxy the wave?
I don't know. It looks like they're not really skirmishing mid lane. They're immediately going and recognizing they need to leave. Samuro goes to intercept the Murky.
Where does Murky have his egg? Oh, it's up there in the behind that structure.
It's out of vision, hard to see.
Skirmishing early, some stuns going out on the Diablo. Lost about half his health. Any interesting talents you're seeing right now?
The Diablo wins Soul Shield. As opposed to Feast on Fear with all the wall bangs, you can get a lot of health back. But I guess Soul Shield makes sense since he's facing Double Mage.
Yep. Spell Armor is going to get big value against Double Mage.
And Jaina went Lingering Chill. I think she wants to be even more of a nuisance and hopefully slow that enemy team down for longer.
So, pretty non-aggressive early game. Teams are just taking camps, focusing on the macro.
Mm-hmm.
Murky's got a big wave built up in that top lane.
He does.
Samur might have some difficulty. Looks like Private Potato moving in on this Diablo. Can they get a pick? They got 5 mid. ETC with the slide. That should be enough.
Just clips him, too.
And they managed to get their bot camp as... Both teams managed to get their bot camps as well. Good early pick from the side of Private Potato.
Private Potato, though, with 4 people taking a camp, they are losing map soak.
Yeah, looks like they've delegated that responsibility basically to Murky. Just...
Yeah.
Looks like we do see mid camps coming out. We'll see if Waiting on Cherry times this mid camp with the objective. Early cap, but I'm not sure what time you want to cap that camp to have it meet up with objective. Looks like it was enough.
Yeah, that's a good call. The Jaina is actually so I think, well, it remains to be seen what Private Potato is going to do about the first objective. It seems like no one's paying attention to it.
Neither team cares. Just macro. Sony's in the top lane. Murky's doing Murky things.
Oof.
Oh, ETC.
Oh wow, that ETC gets out by the skin of his teeth.
Likely probably got flipped by the Diablo and pushed in the towers and then stunned by the Uther.
That's exactly what happened to him. And I thought the towers were going to finish the job, but he was able to get out. So nice play by Nice Beaver.
Looks like it's time. Waiting on Cherry has decided to stop waiting to take this objective and is actually trying to contest it. Going in on the Sonya, or going in on the Tyrande, stuns on the Tyrande. Looks like Diablo flips the ETC. Sonya finishing off Private Potato Tyrande.
So Sonya benefited right there from her Shot of Fury, where she does 40% more basic attack damage after casting Seismic Slam. And that's an interesting build. I think she's going camp build effectively.
Stuns on the ETC. Diablo.
They were overlapping there though, so
Definitely got to space them out to do the chain. Murky and Samro duking it out in the top lane. Murky went the stacking quest. That should be really good to be able to get stacks quickly off that Samro.
he did. He already has 7 slimes actually, which is quite a bit.
Diablo just now picking up his level 4 and 7 talents. He actually hadn't picked his 4 talent until just now.
So he did go Life Leech, which is going to recently nerfed, but it is going still very strong. And ETC with the slide. ETC just
Lingering slows on the Diablo. He's having trouble getting away, but Private Potato will let him go. So they're trying to control
so Diablo now is probably at 40% HP. It's going to be a risky engage, especially with Falstad bottom. It looks like they're just trying to harass and stop the channel, but they're not able to. And Private Potato picks up the second objective, so it's tied 1-1. Falstad though is getting major value bottom.
Yep.
He's going to take this fort down.
Fight breaking out mid, flipping on the ETC. Will Sonya be able to pick up the kill? Uther taking out the Murky in the midst of that fight. And then waiting on Cherry bought enough time for Falstad to pick up that bot structure, that bot fort. That's huge.
Falstad has had free reign down there for most of the game, and actually he's rewarded his team with a lot of soak. Yeah, he has almost 1,000 more experience than Murky does.
Yep. How does do you know how Murky does into Falstad? Do you think Private Potato needs to sort of switch up their laning assignments?
I can't imagine. I think Murky would struggle just because the Falstad's able to take down his fishy.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And he won't get stacks.
So looks like Waiting on Cherry has 10s and the positional advantage on this objective. Luckily it will picking up that.
I think,
what are they called? Plants?
I don't know. Seeds?
Gust coming out of Falstad, picking up a kill on the Janus into the Apocalypse, which is going to net kills into the ETC and the Tyrande as well.
So that was a gorgeous combo, starting with gusting them, and then there was an APOC and a leap to keep them locked in APOC. Meanwhile, the Sonya was spinning. There's just tons of damage output. Very nice combo. We saw nice combos from Waiting on Cherry last game. That was a nice one as well.
Picking up the kill on the Murky and resetting his position into top lane, where his egg is.
And Uther did go Divine Shield again, so I think that seems to be kind of an acknowledgement where they're going to be ultra aggressive and, you know, sequencing their combos and their ultimates. They have a get out of jail free card with Uther, able to put that Divine Shield on someone who is low.
Waiting on Cherry's doing a really good job this game, once again, of taking camps when they're able, and using sort of the downtime between objectives to get control of the map.
Yeah, and once again,
they're up a
during
talent tier.
objective. Yep, during objective, up a talent tier.
Looks like the Ring of Frost coming out. Samura's going to pick up the kill on the ETC. Sonya spinning to win, trying to pick up this Tyrande. Diablo helping set up that kill with the wall push, and Falstad finishing off the Tyrande. Looks like they've been zoned out. Falstad looks like he may be going in for a Gust.
Did he go for Gust and not have enough mana?
It almost looked like it.
Yeah.
But Private Potato, just working on defending right now.
Yeah, I think at this point, yeah, it looks like Waiting on Cherry is pushing bottom, where Falstad was able to take fort down quite some time ago, and they're now threatening keep 8 minutes in, which is very aggressive, but they're being rewarded for good macro play.
Yeah, they're just working on shoving down this one lane. And that'll give him a lot of long-term pressure. ETC trying to get off his mosh pit once again, but he's interrupted. Diablo flipping ETC back. Looks like Sonya leaped in onto the Jaina. Jaina's going to walk away. ETC still in there. Will he be able to make it out? Tyrande in there as well. Getting stuck between the middle of waiting on Cherry, and is going to go down. Diablo diving in, flipping the Jaina, and getting the Jaina kill. ETC able to get off his mosh pit. Working with the core. Hopefully they'll be able to pick up some kills. But they're taking a lot of core damage.
They're taking a lot of core damage.
This looks like the end of the game.
Yeah, it is.
That was
a
very quick game.
Very quick game. 9.5 minutes. Devastating combos, and then just benefiting from talent tiers and higher levels during each of the objectives. It seems like each objective seemed to spawn when there was a difference in talent tiers, forcing Private Potato to take a fight that was just tough for them. A lot of momentum from the side of waiting on Cherry.
Yeah, they played the macro extremely well, and they got all they could out of it and were rewarded with an early victory.
So I'm going to whisper Dask to see if he wants an interview or if he's available for an interview.
Sounds good. I'm just looking at the stats screen right now. Diablo coming out with the highest damage dealt by around 1,000 hero damage on the side of waiting on Cherry. And overall, this was like a low damage game, but there were just a lot of burst, a lot of kills coming out of the side on waiting on Cherry.
Got it. Okay, let's hop over to NGS. Death Punisher is coming over.
Gotcha. All right, I am here. Are you there, Null?
Do we get credit for casting when the games last under 9 minutes or 9.5 minutes?
Yeah, it's fine. Oh,
just kidding.
There's Death Punisher.
Punisher.
We got the double. We got a twofer here.
Oh wow! Congrats, guys. Those were amazing combos. Those were really well executed. We were kind of left scratching our head because they happened so quickly.
Thank you. Thanks for the cast. But yeah, it was fun, I guess.
Was that something you guys practice, or was that something you just kind of theory crafted and said, "Hey, I think these combos will work"?
I think it's a little bit of both. So, I mean, me personally, like, I honestly need probably another hobby because all I do is sit and think about draft all day long. And I work in traveling sales, so I just drive around in my car all day just thinking about draft and hero comps. And then, the props to these guys because they keep me in line and like, this doesn't make any darn sense here. So we practice it. It fails miserably, and then we just usually try something else.
I have to say, I wouldn't have thought there was much synergy between like a Sonya leap and a Falstead gust, but you guys made it work. And Death Punisher, you had that divine shield in your back pocket. Did you use your ult the last game?
Yeah, unfortunately, our Samuro made me use it once on him. So
I see. Okay. No, I mean, that was a devastating combo, and you guys executed it really, really nicely. And combined with a good macro, so job well done.
Yeah,
thank you. And I think it just comes out of communication, right? Because like there's a lot of wombo combos in this game, but and then just Potato on that gust in the mid. I think I would have probably leapt, and then the gust would have happened. but because I finished that camp, it was just a little slow on that rotation. So I think that's just kind of really how it played out. But he called it, so I just kind of held the leap there as well as that APOC.
Yeah, it was a gorgeous combo. Let's change gears for a second. If you have a second to talk about game 1,
Sure.
where did that come from? We did research. This being our first game, we were good, and we looked up your draft history. We did not see Maiev, and we did not see that combo. We were totally caught us off guard. Where did that come from? Is that your brainstorming or your theory craft sessions?
Punisher.
Classified.
You wanna go that
No. So we've been thinking and trying to experiment a little bit. I mean, Cherry's done a really good job on kind of getting a good handle on kind of the standard tank playing Diablo, Johanna. Working on a lot of other ones, May, Blaze, I'm curious, everything you can really do with it. So we kind of thought, well, what else? What other options we have to kind of make a see if we can get something working, and main take Maev's a thing. So we've kind of just piggyback on that a little bit, put our our own little spin on what we think can work with the healers out there that are available to us, and it worked pretty well. I think it's maybe one of the first times we tried it in prime time. Tonight, and I'll shout out Cherry here. It's his birthday today, so he wanted a little birthday surprise, so we gave it to him.
Happy birthday!
Yeah.
No, I liked it. It was nicely balanced with the Uther. I mean, it seemed like just from a theoretical standpoint, really nice to be able to be super aggressive on offense, but also have that trump card where you can kind of save someone who's dropping low. So really, really, really nice combo.
Yeah,
I have to be honest, like they happened so quickly. I'm not even sure Sloth and I articulated what was happening because we're just like, oh, it looks like Eternal Feast is now killing people. But what happened before that?
Gosh. It is quick. And then to the point of the Maiev, she has the engage as well as the safety net of the leap, where most some tanks like Diablo, if he dives in, or Blaze or Murden, a lot of times their engage is also their escape. And then I think they have a hard time doing it. So pairing it with the Uther, so we could also, to your point, we have the D shield to save somebody, but he has that point and click CC, so they kind of pair well together. So whether it wants to be like a whole wombo combo or just a one pick, so even if he pulls, say, one person, then we can get the quick stun and then the follow up on top of it. So really lets us be kind of versatile in our team fights.
Yeah, no, you are very much the Justine of Wildheart. I mean, it was nice seeing you distribute tank responsibilities across several characters, but I think that Maiev engage with the Sonya follow-up leap was just was extremely effective, and the Sonya was able to harass the backline in both games. So, awesome. Sloth, did you have any questions?
Nope, that's all you.
Well, guys, this is a lot of fun. Like I said, it was our first games casted. We were stunned by your coordination, which is really top notch, and well done. I'll be tracking you and rooting for you. I have to confess, I was pulling for Private Potato because they have yet to win a game this season, but those were some devastating combos. I'm not sure many would have fared against them when you executed them so well. So. Well done and good games. Thanks for letting us cast you.
Thanks so much. Looking forward to watching that, and just shout outs to them. They played really well. And we take it one game at a time. We scout each team the same, no matter what their win or loss is. So it's one game at a time is the way we look at it, and we were expecting plays from them. We saw them, and we just unfortunately it kind of fell our way tonight.
Yeah, they were. I said that they were going to their comfort picks, but then they busted out with a murky. So
yeah,
I want to thank Artful Dodger too, if he's watching, for changing it up on us, because that was not something I expected. But I did like that murky pick on such a large map.
It was. It was that pick. I mean, I even typed in the lobby chat there that I was hyped for it. Because I even said to the team, I said I'll bet I'll bet money. I was trying to call, but I thought he was going to play the Diva, and out comes some Murky, and I was just hyped for it. I was like, all right, let's go, let's do this.
Diva makes sense. Yeah, they do play. They have played Diva a couple times before. So All right. Well, thanks again, guys. It was a lot of
Yeah.
fun.
Thank you, and we'll talk to you soon.
Okay. Take care.
Yep. See ya.
Thanks, guys.
All right, and that will conclude the series between Waiting on Cherry and Private Potato, Waiting on Cherry taking the series 2-0.
All right. Thanks a lot, Sloth. Good games, everyone.
Yep, good
And
games
we will
too.
be casting again, hopefully soon.
Definitely. Good games to both teams, and for those tuning in, thank you for watching. Have a good night.